is Patrick Driggett coming at you for the BS of the Week number 2. I'm joined by Kevin.
Hi there. Welcome to everybody.
And Tad.
Hi, everybody.
All right. Yeah, we are just absolutely over the moon from the response for episode 1. We're so excited to provide content for Big Sky and hope, Big Sky coaches are liking where this is going. Hopefully some of the coaches in the other leagues are also enjoying it. And yeah, thank you so much, truly. So Tad, why don't you talk about the PFC?
All right, PFC for last week, we had the Maroons visiting the Titans. The score ended up being 37-30. Quite the exciting game. Coach Kramer, who just started season 33, made a pretty good game of it, but he just fell a little bit short against Coach Allen. And we'll talk a little bit more about this game because I'm going to pick it for the game of the week. And the next game is we have the Packers at the Rivets. I think that this is no surprise to anybody. So we found a couple memes that we're going to explain the frustrations all the coaches has in the Big Sky with Coach Conrad Whittingham. So this next meme is for all the coaches for the last couple seasons who are going up against Coach Whittingham. And then as we go through the game, we have here, we have the Packers who loses 17-45. And then after this game, we'll have this next meme that shows how the coaches actually feel after playing the Rivets.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
I bet it is. I haven't had the pleasure yet, and hopefully I don't have it anytime soon.
Are you saying the 66ers aren't up to the task yet, Ted?
No, not. Well, we're getting there. We're not quite just there yet.
Okay. Yeah.
There's another draft or two.
Yeah. I feel like the first number of the seasons will start with a 4, maybe.
Well, we're hopefully to start with a 3.
Okay. You guys don't follow cricket, otherwise you'd not be a cricket score.
Yeah, no, we don't. Yeah.
I have crickets in the backyard at nighttime. That's about it.
Yeah. How about how's the upcoming week for the PFC looking, Ted?
The upcoming one is the Titans at the Rivets. This would be a remake of Week 10, and I have a feeling that I'll go on a limb here, and I think the Rivets will take it at home against the Titans. I know they're 16-point favorites, but I think we can add a few more points to that easily for Coach Whittingham. I just think that nobody is in the league of the Rivets right now. There's the Rivets, and then there's the rest of the league. There's that big of a gap right now. So definitely Rivets over the Titans, and they're going to go for another Super Bowl, 4th in a row now?
Yeah. Well, all right. We'll see. Yeah, thanks.
All right, Patrick, it's on you for the LSC for last week.
All right. Yeah. So last week, our own Kevin Luzzi, the Rushmores and the Giant Hornets. So sorry, Kevin, but wow. What a thriller, huh? Giant Hornets won 56-42. Not often that you see a 98-point game. That's insane. But it was a thriller. Yeah.
The defensive class.
Yeah. I'm not sure either team, they had COVID. They were out with COVID. And so it was just offense against bare field. So I didn't know that could happen.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah. Well, I have now. Yeah, and then we also had the Shadows at the Buccaneers. Buccaneers win 25-11. Both home teams won. I think not super shocking there. And then this upcoming week we have the Buccaneers at the Giant Hornets. I'm going to go with the number 1 seed Giant Hornets. I think the predicted spread is 14 points, and I see no reason that is not true. So I'm going to go with the Giant Hornets there. And yeah, now we're going to do kind of some new sections here. Thad talked about his the game of the week, but we're going to go to Kevin to talk about the coach of the week.
Okay, well, I chose the coach of the week because, let's face it, we've got Conrad. So I thought this would probably be about the easiest job of the whole lot. Having said that, you might be surprised to find that Conrad is not Coach of the Week this week. Okay, although he did a very professional job against Tom's Packers, to be fair to Tom, he had 5 injuries. So a 45-17 is a good professional job, but it's not good enough for Coach of the Week, I'm afraid. Okay, so we then move on to the other number 1 seed, which was the Hornets. And despite my protestations, Tad did decide to actually pick the Hornets as his choice, and he was perfectly correct. A bit of a special game this, in as much as you'd sort of think that the Coach of the Week might be somebody whose team threw for 561 yards. However, he's not Coach of the Week, Colin, I'm afraid. So Colin Andrew, again, threw 561 yards, but unfortunately, he let the opposition, namely myself, move the ball for 500 yards as well. Okay, so we move on to the next game, which was the Shadows at the Buccaneers. And once again, our resident clairvoyant, Tad, predicted this one perfectly correctly. And this was more or less a battle of the walking wounded. You had 5 injured on one side, 7 injured on the other side. But nevertheless, Adrian Hill's Buccaneers came through. It will be interesting to see how they stop the Hornets next week, if they can. And the Hornets, I'll warn you, Adrian, have got a running back. A running back that actually receives for 361 yards.
Wow.
So I'd love to see how you stop that. Okay, which then takes us on to the Maroons against the Titans. Now, you'd think that having a bye week would be absolutely brilliant. But just picture this, guys. You've had a bye week, and in week 10, your team got murdered, absolutely pulverized by 65-18. So the atmosphere in that locker room must have been absolutely atrocious. And you've got to pick up your guys. You've got to get them motivated. And just to make things even worse, the team you're playing took the Rivets to within 6 points in week 7. Yeah. The Maroons did the best job that anyone has done so far this season on the Rivets. And that's who Exmouth, the Titans, were playing. Okay. And the fact that they then came through, pulled out a win, I think is credits to the coaching staff, the morale, and the mentality within that franchise. So this week's Coach of the Week goes to James Allen of the Titans.
Congratulations, James. Coach Allen.
Yeah. So over to you, Tad, and let's tell us all about the game of the week.
All right. I was thinking about using the Rushmore Hornets game for the game of the week. I mean, how could you not put us up in contention? You have over 1,000 yards of offense for this game, 56-42 score. I mean, it was just an absolute offensive slugfest. And if you were at a real game like this, I don't think nobody will be sitting in the seats at all. They'll be tired leaving this place and just standing and cheering. But I really end up having to go with the Maroons Titans game, because this game is quite interesting. The winning team lost in almost every single category. I mean, they lost in the possession category, the passing yards category, rushing yards. They lost in the percentage of pass completions. They lost in the quarterback ratings. The only thing they didn't lose in was penalty yards and the final score of 37-30. So I say my game of the week is James Allen's Titans over Scott Kramer's Maroons, because, like I said, he lost in every category minus the score, which is obviously the most important category. So that's my pick, a game of the week. And now I pass off to Patrick.
Good choice. Also happens to be the game that I incorrectly picked. So I'm just going to blame it on the stats. I was going with the stats. I just didn't realize that.
We can work with that.
Yeah, you just need to take lessons from Tad. That's all. He'll be the resident clairvoyant for us.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I think is Tad's strategy pick the home team? Because if so, I can do it. Yeah.
Well, I want to keep that one close to the chest there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tad's strategy is predict the correct team.
Yeah, yeah. It's a tough one this week picking the rivets, you know. So
Oh, I mean, it's a close call.
all right. I am going to talk about the player of the week. And this week, you know, there were a lot of really awesome games, a lot of high scoring games. I'm going to go with the quarterback, Lawrence Calgary of the Giant Hornets. 90% completion percentage, 8 touchdowns. I mean, this is literally a Hall of Fame style game in the playoffs. Insane performance. He's age 7 at his prime. You know, he's performing, you know, about as well as he did last year in the playoffs. This is a late 3rd rounder, guys. I mean, what an investment for the Giant Hornets to get a quarterback like this. He's obviously peaking right now, and you know, what a game, what a treat. So player of the game is Calgary of the Giant Hornets. So yeah, those are our of the week picks. I'm going to pass it off to Kevin. He's going to kind of bring up a little bit about the things that went on this week.
Yeah, thanks, Pat. Basically, I just want to thank everyone that's contacted me. When we started this, we just wanted to get some interest going again within the Big Sky. And I'm pleased to be able to say that probably over half the coaches within the Big Sky have now been in touch, some kind words, and also more importantly, we've had some offers of help. So just for all of those that you've offered to help, we will be taking you up on your kind offer. We will be getting some of you on the show. We will be getting some of you to write articles. So basically watch this space because there's more to come from the BS of the week.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, it is important for us, and we're going to make this a big community thing. Okay, so over to Tad. And Tad, you're going to give us some housekeeping tips, I think.
All right, some housekeeping tips for the week is, again, if you have any players that you feel that needs to be in the Hall of Fame, to make sure you make your nominations. There is still Pro Bowl voting going on, so get that in. Obviously, to get interest going, put up those trade boards. And as of any good team, and if you want to make a team better, you need good coaches. So you better go in there and do your poaching to steal all those good coaches, all those better teams that you might have, or just go steal those coaches. And my last thing I really want to say is, I think as a community, I hope everybody else goes watch all those other articles, those written articles and those other videos, that kind of stuff. Go out there and watch them, comment on what they do, that kind of stuff. This way the community will get hopefully get together again more effectively. And plus, by reading those articles and watching those articles, you can actually pick up a bunch of tidbits here and there. It's like, what did he say? Like whatever. And then you can go in, look at the rule books, react with their coaches, and actually make your team better. Because so you might not realize what somebody said. And then it just, something might click and make it work better out for your team. That's all.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Tad. You know, again, I just want to echo you know, what Kevin said, Tad said. You know, we really appreciate the community. Our goal is to make this place better. It already is amazing. We just want to make it more amazing. You know, I think Big Sky has a lot of potential there. You know, we have strong teams, we have up and coming teams. I think there's a lot of really fun things ahead for us, and I'm very excited about it. So I want to say thank you. Also, back from popular demand, g3community.com is back. The forums are back. I put a post up with a link to that. I haven't even actually, a lot of registrations and 0 posts so far, but just wanted to plug that. Please visit g3community.com. If you're new there and registering, I have to approve everything, much like when you register for Gridiron. I just want to make sure that there's no bots or anything that are making it to the forums and causing us problems. So go register there. I'll get you on there, and I'm looking forward to seeing the conversations that happen there as well. So thank you all. And Kevin, Tad, thank you.
Yep, see you next week, guys. Take care.
Bye.